And now to breaking news. The Kraken have selected their new head coach. Lane Lambert will be replacing the former head coach, Dan Bylsma. And Paul is here with all the news. Breaker.
Well,
what's up?
You know, I got to tell you, Lane Lambert's one of those guys who kind of vaulted to the top of their list because a lot of the head coaching candidates for the Kraken were taking other jobs, and it's a whole other story there. But Lane Lambert spent the last year as the associate head coach in Toronto. We all know the Maple Leafs had a strong season this year. He's been there for about a year and a half with the Islanders as a head coach as well. So this is a guy who has a lot of experience. I mean, he's been around a long time. He actually started his hockey career way back when in the Western, in the WHL. So you know, this is a guy who has some experience. And the Kraken were looking at the fact that they weren't going to go and hire a college head coach. They can't afford to take that chance right now because they have been looking for a new head coach for the last 2 years. But you look at some of these deals and some of the numbers on Lane Lambert, again, associate head coach with the Maple Leafs recently. That's a great organization, great place to cherry pick from. New York Islanders with a couple of years there. But again, he has a lot of extensive head coaching experience, and that's one of the top prospects for the Kraken going forward. One of the top things they wanted in this thing. They didn't want to take a chance on a college coach. They wanted a guy with a lot of NHL experience. This guy's 60 years old, so he's been around a long time in this league and knows a lot. So again, I think this is a smart hire for the Kraken. But again, they could not afford to take any chances. And there was another thought, Joyce, that Rick Tocchet was a guy who the job was offered to, and the Kraken won't say that, but there was a lot of rumors out there and reports that the Kraken had offered their job to Rick Tocchet. But one of the hang-ups for some of these coaches that were being interviewed by the Kraken was they have Jessica Campbell there as an assistant head coach. Most head coaches will come to town and they want to pick their own assistants.
Right.
They don't want anything in place when they get there. So that was another thought, that one of the hang-ups was the Kraken are committed to Jessica Campbell, and some of the coaches that were being interviewed, you know, that's not what they want to do. They want to come in and set their own group, set their own staff.
Right.
So again, this is where they are. Lane Lambert, new head coach of the Kraken, just coming out, and I think it's a quality choice. They wanted a guy with experience, and they definitely got that in Lane Lambert.
And now they just need to get the job done.
Yeah, listen, that's the other thing. It's frustrating for hockey fans in this area, especially when you're covering this team and you see that they're just, they need some consistency over there. And in fairness to Lane Lambert and the coaches before him, you got to give these guys a chance to build the team. This is a young team. They've got young studs up and down the lineup with a mix of veterans, but you have to give these young guys time. These are 21 and 22-year-old players that need time to develop. And hopefully they'll give Lane Lambert that time to develop this crop of players, because they're doing a nice job drafting and a nice job getting free agents. Now they have some money. They have some money to spend on free agents. They have draft capital coming up for the draft coming up later in June. They've got all the pieces in place now to set Lane Lambert up to succeed. So we'll see if they can do it.
But like you said, he just needs time now, so let's give him some time.
That's right.
I hope they do.
All right.
Paul, thanks.